Hey peeps, welcome to another video. Today I thought I would do a tour of my sewing room. I'm really lucky that I have an entire room dedicated to sewing, as well as my little space in my shop, which is at the Island Artisan in Apps Heath, which is where the chili farm is, so if you're on the Isle of Wight, do come and visit. Yeah, so I thought it would be, I really love having a look through other people's spaces and how they've set things up, so I thought it would be really interesting to show you mine. So here we go. So this is the view as you come into the room. Hopefully I don't make you guys feel too sick. I'm going to do a little bit of this freehand and then hopefully put you on the tripod for a little bit later. So yeah, we have a lovely large window, but we don't have any overhead lighting, and so my continuous lights off boxes are on pretty much constantly whilst my mum and I are sewing in here. But yeah, so you walk into the room and then I shall give you a quick 360. So we've got lots and lots of fabrics. It's a commission. There's me. We have mirrored wardrobes. The door I just came in, and then this wall is full of storage. And back to patterns. So I'm going to put you on the tripod now. Okay, so you guys are back on the tripod, and this is behind the door as we come in, and this is basically all the teeny tiny scrap fabric pieces that we've amassed over the time of making things. I've also got my interfacing here. This is stuff I use for bags. Back there in that little bag there is a quilt frame that Mum uses to help her with long arm, well, not long arm quilting, but quilting on her sit down machine. And then we have my bag of teeny tiny rubbish scraps that won't fit anywhere, all my cutting mats, and then up here there's some more interfacing and all of our rulers. So I have loads of these IKEA Alex drawers, and I keep all sorts of things in them. We've got bias binding in this one, all my cutting tools in this one. This one is full of buttons and trims. This one has got all the accessories for my embroidery unit for my machine, and this one at the bottom here, that one, has all of my pressing tools, so my pressing cloth, my tailor's ham, that kind of stuff. So here, down here, we've got quilting, rulers, templates and patterns, and then the rest of these drawers have all got different types of thread in them. Then moving over, so this one has got lots of packing materials for Kittenish Behaviour. This one's got stabilizers, embroidery, gift wrapping. Let's pan up a little bit. So we've got gift wrapping for any Kittenish Behaviour orders. We've got tissue paper, which is what all the standard orders get delivered in. Lots and lots of packing tape, and then all the different supplies like labels and safety pins and that kind of stuff for packing up KB orders. Then I've got some little boxes along here which have all got different types of zips in them. This is where the iron lives once it's not, the ironing board isn't out. I've got, this is another IKEA piece, and it is a 2x5 Expedite, which is kind of an amalgamation of two different ones. And we've got in here, these are all of my Kittenish Behaviour patterns and trace patterns. Up the top there we've got some books and some different things from Bonina, and some fitting patterns from crafty classes. This one is all embroidery, so it's the two different embroidery softwares. Then we've got my selection of sewing books and also knitting patterns down this side here. This big grey box has lots and lots of scraps of organza and tulle in it, which is great if you want to add some volume to sleeves and things like that. Then if I move you round slightly, this is my cubbyhole of shame. This is my UFO pile. There's loads of stuff in there that needs little bits of tweaking and things like that. And then the rest of the cubbyholes belong to my mum. So she's got quilt patterns up there. She's got different things. She's run a couple of blocks of the month for her quilt guild out in Saudi. So lots of different bits and pieces in there. So in this cupboard we've got lots of different bits and pieces. At the bottom there, that's a whole bunch of different cardstock in A3 size. We've got here, these are the little envelopes that I put all my patterns in. This is all embroidery unit stuff, so it's my jumbo hoop and the mega hoop, which is great for doing borders and things like that. Here we've got my e-bosser, we've got my camera bag, there's what else have we got in there? There's all the bits and pieces for storing the tripod and lights and stuff. Then up here I've got the most expensive iron that doesn't work. It's by Pulte, and I cannot get the steam function on it to work at all, so I really need to pull my finger out and get that done. And then we have my spare sewing machine, which is a little Singer Featherlight, and it's what I made everything on until about 3.5 years ago when I got my Benina. So yes, that's that covered. This cupboard is rather exciting. In the bottom I've got all of the necessary clutch wallets that I make. They're all the prepped ones, they're all cut out just waiting to be sewn up. But this top shelf is where I keep all of my sparkly trims. So these are the ones I got from the Festival of Quilts, and in here is just lots and lots of stuff that I've got from Saudi Arabia. There is all sorts in here, but I shall show you a few bits and pieces. And this stuff I got, it's fringing, and I got it to make a wiggle dress, and I got loads of it because I wanted to be able to experiment and play around with it. So yeah, absolutely love that. There are some feather bows in here. This is the trim from my sister-in-law's wedding dress, and this is just one that I fell in love with in the shop. And there's a whole bunch of beads and jewels and stuff like that, and little offcuts of faux fur from a couple of coats I've made, because I'm thinking that I'm going to make those into pom-pom trims for bags. Again, some little sew-on gems. So there's lots and lots and lots of beautiful goodies in this one. So this bottom cupboard is basically all of the different wools and stuff that my mum and I have got, and the cupboard has gotten so full that we've ended up having to kind of add them into a little bag there. So yeah, whole bunch of wool. So I have tidied this room up a little bit, but I didn't want to tidy it too much because it's never immaculate, and I wanted you guys to see it as is. So this is another IKEA unit. This is the nosey tower. At the top we've got loads of little jeweled camels and elephants that Mum brought back from Saudi, and then I have all my patterns. So the very top is my very small collection of vintage patterns. Then we've got some simplicity and new look patterns. And then we've got the By Hand London, Colette, Sew Over It, and some Deer and Doe patterns. There is another camel, and then we've got the Vogue and McCall's, and they actually do go all the way down there. But like I say, this place is overflowing at the moment, so that little corner is all the wool, my sewing machine cover, we've got thread, my mum's old sewing box that we need to sort out, some self-covered buttons which I was going to use for my trench coat but decided against it, because I found those beautiful pink shell ones. We've got my knitting, which I had kind of abandoned over the summer, and then we've got two really useful boxes, and they are full of pretty decent size scraps which I will be able to make bags out of. So they haven't ended up in the teeny tiny scraps drawers yet, but they will eventually. So here we have my Horn sewing cabinet, and this thing is absolutely amazing. I've got it folded down and put away for now so that I've got room to show you guys around the sewing room, because with this out there is not so much room to swing a cat, and we know because we've swung cats in here before. If you haven't seen this video of my cat climbing the fabric stash, I will try and insert it here. You've not thought this through. But yeah, I'm gonna, once I've shown you around the entire room, I'm gonna show you the inside of my sewing cabinet, because it is actually very exciting. At least I think so. Okay, we've gotten to one of my favourite parts of the room, and this is my fabric stash. So up the top there, they're all the Leave Rutch folders, they're all Kittenish Behaviour related. That's where orders go, all my accountant's details, etc, etc. Then in the very next to that there, we've got some beautiful faux fur. It's actually teal, although it's looking very dark blue there. The next row down is all my fancy fabrics, so we've got my silks, silk cotton blends, do peony, and then the next one down is my crepeback satins, sari fabrics. There's some brocades, some cotton satines, this side here is, oh hang on, where's my finger, there it is. Hi. So this side here is all absolutely beautiful silks and silk chiffons, and it's my, like, I love it but I'm also terrified of it, kind of little pile of fabric there. And then moving down, that's all my cottons, and majority of those are quilting cottons. There are a few rayons in there and there's a few cotton lawns. I absolutely love quilting cottons because they are just so bright and cheerful, the fabric, so yeah, really not ashamed to be sewing with them at all. And then moving around, so moving over, so underneath all here is my embroidery unit, the shell buttons for my trench coat. There's a cardigan and a skirt that need to be done. My current sewing projects for myself are there. This is all customer sewing projects, and then that's the fabric that I stock in the shop. I don't stock very much, I usually have a bolt of each design that I like. And there's also my pile of Harry Potter, as I have to have something on that I don't need to concentrate on when I am sewing. So it generally tends to be stuff that I've watched loads of times before. Next up we have my black cat cutter, which I still need to work out how to use. My mum's Bose sound dock, which is brilliant because if we're not watching something, we're listening to audiobooks. Then we have my absolutely amazing pile of really fancy laces there. This is cottons and brush cotton twill. We've got flannel, and then this is all sort of linings. Up the top there, my mum and dad's old curtains, and then those green curtains are from my sister-in-law, and I am hopefully going to be making them into a coat, because who doesn't need to make a coat out of their curtains? And then these are the piles of fabric I have for quilts. There are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planned quilts up there. Given that I make one a year, that's going to keep me busy forever. And the TV and DVD there. And then we move round. This is an amazing desk, but it is way too big for the room, so it is going, and we're going to be able to put a cutting table in there, which is going to be on wheels, and which will be brilliant because it means that I won't have to cut everything out on my mum and dad's kitchen work surface, which they will love. So over here we have my mum's horn sewing desk, and she has a Benina 440 QE Quilters edition, and she has a slightly smaller desk as well. She also has the world's most fancy chair, which is very, very comfortable once you've got it set up to you. She has a larger Alex drawer unit on wheels, and then this is mum's fabric stash, which is majority of hers is quilting stuff. So there's a few lengths of fabric for me to make into dresses for her, but yes, majority quilting. And then this beautiful shirt dress that you can see up here is something that a customer's bought in that she'd like me to copy and make her another one, because she's had it for 20 years and she absolutely loves it and she would like another. So yeah, that's another commission that's going to be worked on. And finally, this place is like the TARDIS, just everything fits in here. So I won't show you in these two cupboards because it is kind of quilt batting and some of my dad's clothes, so nobody needs to see that. But, so crammed into this cupboard, as well as winter coats, are bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric. So I think there is roughly around 400 yards of fabric in there, and it's all cotton silks from Spoonflower. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the room as is. I'm now going to perform some magic and get the sewing table out. So here goes nothing. this is the sewing table completely out. We've got my overlocker down there, it's where I keep my needles and stuff like that. This is a really good place for the bin to go. There is actually another leaf that folds out from the back of the table out to there. I don't do that very often, only if I'm working on very big quilts. As you saw, the sewing machine itself is on a pneumatic airlift, which is brilliant. And then in this door, there is a whole bunch of places to hold different bits and pieces. So I've got threads, my sewing marking pens, bias binding makers, all my collection of bias binding, and yeah, that's it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed having a look through my sewing space. Hopefully I didn't make you feel too sick. If you want any more details about anything that I've mentioned, just leave me a comment and I will try and answer you. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye! You know what an iron is. Gotta move the light again. You don't feel seasick now, you won't just feel after that.